He wore the biker vest, carried guns, and pulled in thousands from drugs and weapons. But behind closed doors, he was wearing a wire. A man trusted by outlaws, yet secretly working for the police. This is the story of Canada's most dangerous informant. Danny Kane wasn't born into biker royalty. Raised in Lacadie, Quebec in the late 60s, his upbringing was ordinary, maybe too ordinary. By 18, he found a family of a different kind, the Condors, a small biker gang out of Saint-Hubert. His role was simple but profitable: make sure dealers had what they needed. For that, he pocketed about $700 a week. To a kid barely out of high school, that felt like hitting the jackpot. No bosses, no alarm clocks, just money, motorcycles, and brotherhood. But quick money always comes with a price tag. Kane was very active as a gun runner, buying illegal guns smuggled in from the United States via the Kanawake Mohawk Reserve, which straddles the border between Quebec and New York State. Between 1990 to 1992, Kane sold at least 50 guns, which were mostly handguns or machine guns, with an average profit of $300 per gun. In September 1992, he found out 2 of his friends robbed his home for a dozen guns. When he confronted them, he flipped out. Conspiracy to murder, kidnapping, assault, weapons offenses. He was sentenced to 25 months in prison. By the time he got out, the game had changed, and so did his gang. This was no longer the family he grew up with. The Condors merged with the Evil Ones, a Hells Angels puppet club. Suddenly, he was at the bottom again, forced to prove himself to a new set of men. He hated it. Despite years of loyalty, the full patch was always just out of reach. The humiliation ate at him. Then came another arrest in 1994, 2 unregistered handguns in his car. Facing time again, he made a decision that would alter his fate forever. He offered the RCMP something priceless: inside access. The cops agreed. At first it was small: meet with handlers, pass along scraps of intel. But soon the money grew, $2,000 a week, just for information. While the Angels saw a soldier, the Mounties saw an informant. He then began to play both sides of the law. His timing couldn't have been more critical. Quebec was at risk of becoming a war zone.
Just after noon, a 26-year-old man left this apartment on Adams Street, walked down the stairs to his Jeep, and put the key in the ignition.
And when he tried to start the vehicle, the bomb explodes.
This woman was nearby. I heard a big boom, she says, and I saw smoke. The driver died from injuries he received in the blast. It was like a squashed tomato, according to this woman. That was what the man in the Jeep looked like. There was nothing left. No legs, no brain. The driver's 28-year-old friend was standing beside the Jeep at the time. He's in hospital with serious injuries, but police say they're not life-threatening. An 11-year-old neighborhood boy was also critically injured. Daniel Desrochers happened to be walking on the other side of the road when the bomb went off. A piece of flying debris hit him in the head. His friends were among the first on the scene. He was on the ground, this boy says, and he was shaking. His skull was open.
The Hells Angels were at war with the Rock Machine. Between 1994 and 2002, more than 160 people were killed. Bombings, assassinations, even innocent bystanders caught in the crossfire. He was in the middle of it all, secretly recording meetings, mapping out leaders, and reporting on planned attacks. His intel gave police their clearest picture of the biker underworld during one of its bloodiest chapters. He was promised a fortune, nearly $1.75 million if he delivered, but promises and payouts rarely match. By the end, he had received just $157,000. He lived trapped, always paranoid. To the bikers, he wasn't truly trusted. To the police, he was a tool. He was caught between 2 worlds and belonged to neither. On August 7, 2000, at just 31 years old, his story ended in a garage. Carbon monoxide poisoning, ruled a suicide. In his final note, he asked, "Who am I? A biker? A policeman? Am I good or evil?" Weeks later, Operation Springtime, fueled by his intel, crippled the Angels. Over 120 arrests in one of the largest crackdowns in Canadian history. He lived fast, lied often, and died young. In the underworld, loyalty is an illusion, trust is temporary, and betrayal is inevitable. His double life may have helped end a war, but it left behind one truth. When you play both sides, sooner or later, both sides turn on you. Thanks for watching the Crime Network. Subscribe for more daily videos.